Hello, V Squad, and welcome back to another episode of V Girl TV. I am back with another video. And I am makeup free. I may look a little greasy, but it's literally because, you know, I think I said this in my last video and a couple other videos that, you know, since I moved to Panama, I've been having like some serious skin issues. So right now I'm doing like a skin treatment or whatever, hoping that it will combat the issues that I'm going through right now with my skin. I tried dermatologists, but I have yet to come across a dermatologist that is knowledgeable about my skin type. But I still have hope though. I still have hope. So for right now, I am trying this skin regimen. If it works out, I'll let you guys know what it is. But I will say this. If you guys are coming from the States, and I don't know if this is like a New York thing or whatever, because my skin is used to like change, like the weather in New York is always like changing. So I don't know if my skin got accustomed to, you know, the different weather, but moving here literally has changed my body, to say the least, as far as like skin, hormones, like all kind of stuff. But that is a whole another video. In this video in particular, I am going to bring you guys the answers that you guys been asking me for the longest time. I actually wanted to do the video and actually take you guys with me to the different neighborhoods, but as you know, we are on lockdown, okay? We are on lockdown, so this is how I'm gonna have to bring you the information, okay? So in this video, I'll be talking about, or I will be suggesting my personal favorite neighborhoods in Panama City that you guys could possibly live in. Like I said, this is my personal opinion, so before the trolls come for me, just know this is my personal opinion, and this is actually my list. No particular order of my favorite to least, but there is one neighborhood that I love the most, and I will tell you guys which one it is when I get to it. Okay, so the first one on the list, these are the best neighborhoods to live in Panama City. So the first neighborhood is Costa Viejo. Costa Viejo is known as Old Panama. I want to say it kind of reminds me of Soho. If you are in New York, or if you've been to New York and you've ever been to Soho, Costa Viejo gives you like that Soho vibe. There's so many nice restaurants, and it's like the epitome of culture, right? So if you're looking for culture, you definitely want to live down there. A lot of nightlife, a lot of restaurants, a lot of bars. I wouldn't recommend it for like a family though. Like if you're a family, you're in a family setting, I definitely would not recommend you living in Costa Viejo. But more so like if you are a single person, i.e. bachelor, this is for the men. I mean, women, you guys can live there too, but for some reason, for me, I personally feel like Costa Viejo is for that bachelor, the bachelor. It's so close to so many different restaurants. Like I said, nightlife, bars, after work spot, amazing restaurants. It's a hot spot for tourists. So I just want to let you guys know that if you do decide to live in this area, or if you decide to research that area, be prepared for the prices, because to live in Costa Viejo, I'm telling you, it is expensive, okay? It is expensive, okay? It is expensive. So if you have the budget and you have the money and you want to splurge, you can definitely rent an apartment down there, if that's the kind of scene that you like. The other option is Costa del Este. Now, Costa del Este is an area that I personally love. It's developed very nicely throughout the years. It's a perfect setting for family. They have like new shopping centers. They actually opened up IHOP there. There was like the first IHOP that was built in here in Panama was actually in Costa del Este. And it's so beautiful over there. I love it. And it's perfect for people who are looking or have family, you know, if you're looking for that family setting. And for those of you who are coming from the States, you would find that this area, the neighborhood, kind of resembles certain parts of the United States of America as far as like the neighborhood is concerned. It's also in the middle of everything. It's close by if you want to go to areas like Costa Viejo, if you want to go to the mall. The mall is literally like one exit over. If you're on the Corredor Sur, if I'm not mistaken, I want to make sure I give you guys the right information, but it's close to the mall, which is Multiplaza. It's actually it's a developing neighborhood. The only thing that I would say about Costa del Este that I don't really like is that they have problems with flooding, and I'm just keeping it real. Okay, I'm not saying this is for all parts. So if you guys are looking for an apartment or a house to rent or to purchase, I would make sure that you ask about flooding in that area, because flooding is definitely a problem in that area. But other than that, it's a flawless area, amazing area, close to schools. They have really good schools over there. I would definitely recommend Costa del Este. Another area that I would recommend is Obrero. Obrero is like very, very busy. It's a busy area. It is literally like it's very city life. If that's something that you are interested in, I actually get my nails done over there. I like it over there. Not to live though, but it's a lot of people are actually moving into those areas. They have beautiful apartment buildings, amazing restaurants because it's so close to San Francisco, and they have like when I tell you amazing restaurants, geez, that sounds so greedy, because it's like every time I talk, I'm always telling you guys about the restaurants. But I actually get my nails done over there. So they have, for the ladies, okay, if you are looking for, you know, to get your nails done, if you want to get your lashes done, any of those things, if you're into like beauty, they have so many salons over there as far as like nails and lashes and those kind of things. Perfect area for that. Now, the pricing there in that area, you can definitely find, if you don't find something exactly in Obrero, you can get something in San Francisco, which is a little bit lower. The prices is a little bit more affordable. Like I said, it's a little bit more affordable, but again, like I said, it all depends on your budget. So I would definitely recommend that you Google or you search areas or housing. I don't know everyone's budget, and I don't know how everyone's pocket is, but I'm sure you can find something in your price range depending on what you want to spend. Keep in mind that Panama is one of the most developed countries within Central America, so keep that in mind. Another area here in Panama that I also would recommend for expats, again, this is, okay, I don't even know how to say it. This is another area that I would recommend is Punta Pacifica. Punta Pacifica is on the Pacific side of Panama. This is, if you have, you know, money, okay, and you want that luxurious lifestyle, like I would compare it to even living in Manhattan or like living in the middle, like South Beach, like kind of like, not even South Beach. Yeah, well, yeah, like South Beach, Miami, that area where you'll literally be looking over the Pacific waters. I actually love that area. They have some amazing real estate property. They have amazing apartment buildings. You're actually looking over the water. You're also looking over Avenida Balboa. The mall is close by as well. And this particular mall is actually my favorite mall, which I already mentioned it, is Multiplaza. I actually love it because it has all the stores that I can find in the States. So like when I go shopping and I need to go shopping, I actually go to that particular mall. If I'm looking for something in particular, I actually usually go to that mall because there's like Zara's in there, there's Adidas in there. Like a lot of stores that they have in the States are in there. There's Gucci in there, Chanel. Well, I don't know if they're still gonna be there after all this that's going on, but just so you know, Punta Pacifica is more so for the luxurious lifestyle. It is costly, so I just want you guys to keep that in mind as well. So that's another area that you guys can look up and Google and research within the city if it fits your budget. The following area where I would suggest is actually Clayton. Now Clayton has a huge expat community. So Clayton / Albrook. Okay, I'm just gonna group that into one. I'm gonna group it into one. This is actually where the US Army base was located. So there's a lot of Americans there, or expats there. They have a huge expat community. There's a lot of international schools there. Most of the international schools are located in that area. So if you're looking for a school that is English speaking or has English as the first language and then Spanish as a second, you definitely want to look in that area. Clayton / Albrook. Wonderful area. I love it. You will also get that tropical life also there. I'm not saying that it's like close to the, it's not like by the beach per se, but where the area is, it's very like, I don't want to say jungle life, but it's like a lot, it's like very foresty kind of, to say the least, if I'm explaining it properly. But it's a pretty good area. That would actually be my choice if I, you know, didn't find the area that I live in now. It would definitely be my choice. But for you guys, I would definitely look up Clayton / Albrook. Now Albrook is a little expensive as well. It is close to the Panama Canal. It's also, Starbucks is there, TGI Fridays is there. There's like so many different like American-ish things over there. So if that's what you're looking for, I would research that. I would suggest, which is actually my favorite. So if this video comes across a little bit biased, I mean, it is what it is. Brisas del Golf, Paseo del Norte is all part of Brisas. This is actually my favorite area, and this is why I tell you why it's actually my favorite neighborhood within the city. They have recently built a hospital, a very good hospital to say the least, and the owner of the hospital, or the director of the hospital, used to be a military, I don't want to get the story right, but this is like vaguely what I remember. He was a doctor in the military, and then he and his son and another partner opened up this hospital, and it's a state-of-the-art facility. That's actually where our dentist is. That's where we go to get our teeth cleaned, and it's so clean, it's immaculate. They have the supermarket, everything is there, like literally everything is there. It's a little bit off the highway, and this is where you'll find like middle-class Panamanian people, middle-class, working-class people of all diversities in this particular area. There is an international school right up the block, which I just want to let you guys know that the international school is it's expensive. It's not a little expensive, it is expensive. And then they opened up another area where they're building called Green City Garden or something like that, in that area as well. And they have another international school there as well. So it's something that you guys, if you're interested in that, you can look it up. I want to say like the price point here, you can rent an apartment in a gated community with a pool, gym, and all these things from anywhere from, and I'm talking like a 3-bedroom apartment with a balcony and all these amenities, anywhere from maybe like $600 all the way to maybe $1,200, maybe like $2,000, depending, anywhere between that price range, because it'll depend on what level the apartment is in, what floor the apartment is on, what part of Brisas. So I mean, it's definitely attainable for those of us who are coming here with income, like a specific income criteria. And for those of us who are digital nomads, or we're like nomad entrepreneurs, where we're working for ourselves and we're working digitally, we can definitely afford that lifestyle, especially if you're coming from the States. Again, I don't know everyone's pocket, so again, I would urge you guys, I'm just going to tell you the name and you can do your research on it. It's your own. So it is called Brisas del Golf, Paseo del Norte. So those are the areas. That's another area that I would suggest. It's also very family friendly. So, you know, there are tons of things, like people in this area on Sundays, you know, they take their kids out for ice cream, and you can see people outside having ice cream outside. I mean, it's just really convenient. It's like you can literally like get on the highway and be in the main city literally in like 15 minutes. Okay, so this is for the people who want to stay in the city but don't want to be in the midst of everything, like in areas like Costa Viejo or Punta Pacifica or Obrero. You don't want to be like in, but you still want to be in, if you get what I'm trying to say. So that's another area that I would suggest. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. Punta Pacifica, that area is also, they have a hospital there as well called Punta Pacifica Hospital. It's rated one of the #1 hospitals here in Panama. So that's also another important information that I need to leave you guys. So if you're interested in living in that area. The last suggestion, or the last piece of advice, or the last area that I'm going to give you guys is called Chauvet. So now this is not exactly in the city at all. It's actually across the bridge. It's about, I want to say it could be like 30 to 40 minutes away from what we would consider Panama City, which would be like areas like San Miguelito, which is like district. It's literally like 30 to 40 minutes away depending on what part of the city that you live in. And when I say the city, I don't mean like the city, which would be like Calle 50. That's what they really would call the city. But Panama City has different areas within Panama City. Like you'll say like New York City, but then you still have like Brooklyn, you still have Queens, you still have Long Island. You know, those are areas. Okay, so that's I can only use New York City, guys, because that's where I'm from, and that's the only, so if you're not from New York or you've never been to New York, I'm sorry, that's the only way I can give you guys these analogies, because that's what I can relate to, right? So yeah, so it's across the bridge. So if you work in the city, it can be a little bit difficult because traffic, like I said to you guys, is really a bitch, okay? Traffic in Panama is a hot damn mess. So, you know, coming from across the bridge into the city can be annoying, but the good thing is that I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say that I'm thinking that many of these companies will no longer require you to actually come in to work. So it's a possibility that a lot of these positions that were had, or that these positions that require you to actually come into the office will now require people to be working from home. So that's also a good option, where you guys can actually live across the bridge and then just stay home and work from home. So that's also an amazing option for those of you who are actually coming to Panama and actually looking for work. It's way cheaper, okay? It's so much cheaper. Like you can literally like rent a house for as little as maybe like $300 to like $500. But again, you may want to just double check, because I'm not sure what the price is like now, considering, you know, all that's going on in the world. But a lot of people opt to live in those areas because it's a lot cheaper. You can buy a property there because it's a lot affordable, and they're actually building a lot. So you're getting more malls and it's becoming more modernized, which is an amazing thing, and it's perfect, okay? As far as the schooling system there is concerned, I am not 100% sure of the schooling system because I don't live there, but they're very family oriented. I have an uncle that lives there. Obviously, he doesn't have kids anymore. Well, he has kids, but his kids are just grown. So he doesn't have small kids, is basically what I'm saying. And his house is absolutely beautiful. He has neighbors, and the neighbors are an expat family as well, and they have small children, but I believe those kids are homeschooled. But like I said, this is always an option for you guys. I gave you guys all the information, I gave you guys the blueprint. Now it's time for you guys to do the work. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you guys really took something away from this video, and I hope that I was able to provide you with the information that you guys have requested. With that being said, guys, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure your post notifications are on, okay? Because it's super important that when I drop a video, you know, okay? Because so many of you guys are like writing in my comments, and then you guys are asking me about certain videos, and I'm gonna drop them. I'm really gonna drop these videos, but you guys have to be subscribed in order to get the notifications that the video has been dropped. So yes guys, that concludes this video. I cannot wait until we get out of quarantine, to be honest with you, so that I am able to take you guys outside so you can see how beautiful Panama really is and everything that Panama has to offer. Anyway guys, thank you as always. Peace and love.